So the other day, I was on a mission. My daughter needed something, so I was digging through our infamous junk drawer, searching for the scissors. You know the one, right? That drawer where all the random things go to hang out or wither away. As I rummaged, I spotted a broken hair clip that my daughter had asked me to fix weeks ago, and full disclosure, I never got around to it, and it's still there. But as I stood there looking at that broken clip amidst all the other random stuff in that drawer, it got me thinking. Not sure if it's an Asian thing, but my mom always used to tell me that when something was cracked or broken, to get rid of it, like if it's not fixable. She said it was considered bad luck. And in that moment, looking at my own junk drawer, I totally got it. It just felt like a mirror, and it was reflecting what I was feeling in that moment. You know, the chaos, disorder, and junk. Quite the opposite of what I wish for my life. So it immediately made me want to clean all the clutter and finally tackle that drawer and maybe another, obviously other few spots around the house. But then that familiar voice crept in, the one that whispers, I don't have time for that, or I don't have the mental capacity to deal with a decluttering project right now. Sound familiar? This feeling of being overwhelmed, of constantly hitting your capacity limits is something I hear so much from you ambitious women and moms. And of course, right? Makes sense, which is why you're listening right now. So, hi ladies, welcome back to episode 25 of Not Just Moms, the podcast where we discuss who we are beyond mom and carve out some time to reflect on ourselves, our purpose, and cultivating our dream lives. I'm your host, Stephanie, your life and mindset coach and fellow mom who is navigating this journey right alongside of you. So the thing is, we often tell ourselves we need to have all this space, right? Physical space, time, mental bandwidth before we can say yes to new things, whether that's a new task, project, or opportunity. But let's be honest, we just say no because that's the path of least resistance. It's the easiest way. We're always waiting for the perfect time or until we feel fully ready. But what if it's actually the opposite? What if the key to boosting productivity or reducing overwhelm and truly making space for growth isn't waiting for time to appear, but rather making a decision and committing it in your brain first? That's when we shift our focus, we start to create that space, and surprisingly, things often fall into place. Think about it. How many times have you had a brilliant idea or a new opportunity pop up, but you immediately said no in your head? Not because it wasn't exciting or fun, but because you felt like you were already at your maximum capacity. Like your brain is a parking lot and you have lot full flashing everywhere. So today we're going to challenge that. We're going to talk about the art of the growth spurt, how to consciously expand your bandwidth without burning out. We'll explore how you can expand your capacity and get things done even if you feel like you can't possibly do any more. By focusing on decision and intentional action, not just wanting enough space. Before we dive into the how, we have to unpack what capacity actually means beyond the hours in a day. For us women, especially moms, it's a multifaceted thing. It's not just about time. Think about it. It's your mental energy. How much brain power do you have for creative thinking, problem solving, or deep focus after a long day? It's your emotional resilience, your ability to handle stress, navigate setbacks, and maintain a positive outlook without feeling completely depleted. It's your physical stamina, the literal energy you have to stay up and keep up and feel vibrant. And yes, it's your time, but it's not the actual raw minutes of time, it's the quality of that time. When we say, I don't have the bandwidth or I don't have the mental capacity, it's usually one or a combination of these elements feeling maxed out. But here's the good news. Each of these can be consciously grown and optimized for success, often after we make the decision to do so. So before we talk about how to expand our capacity, let's do a quick, honest capacity audit. Remember, awareness is always the first step. So no judgment here, just observation. Pull out the Notes app on your phone or grab a piece of paper and answer these questions. Where do you feel at full capacity or even beyond capacity? Is it your work schedule? Your mental load at home? Your social calendar? Are you saying yes to things out of habit or obligation? To things that truly don't serve you? Are you letting external pressures dictate your commitments? Where do you want to expand? What's that new adventure whispering your name? Is it finally tackling that decluttering project like my junk drawer? Or starting a side hustle? Learning a new language? Training for a half marathon? Or picking up a forgotten hobby? Investing more in your personal growth? Be specific. And finally, what are the real blockers? Beyond time, what's truly holding you back? Is it the fear of failure, perfectionism, or the mental load of managing the household? Imposter syndrome whispering you're not good enough? Comparison to others who seem to do it all? Recognizing these non-time blockers is crucial because that's often where the real work of expanding capacity begins. This ties directly into the themes of how to stop caring about external validation or self-doubt. So now that we've gained some clarity on what is holding us back, how do we actually do this? How do we expand our capacity for those exciting new adventures without falling into the trap of burnout? It starts with the decision and then putting these strategies into action. And at the heart of it all, mindset. Mindset is the core of all things. It creates our emotions, which then drives our actions. So number one, mindset shift from I can't to I want to. This is huge. Our default often is I can't. But what if just for 1 week you replace that with I want to do this? I bet you would show up with a whole new attitude. You would start to look for all the ways that you can do it and how to do it, rather than waste time thinking about all the ways that you can't. For example, instead of, I can't possibly start that new course, try, I've decided to start that new course. How can I dedicate 15 minutes a day, 3 times a week to this? Instead of, I don't have time to write a book, try, I've decided to start outlining my book. How can I brainstorm ideas for 10 minutes during my lunch break? This simple shift from capacity being a barrier to capacity being something you create through decision opens up possibilities that were previously invisible. It's about letting go of the need for perfection or big blocks of time, which ties right back to our How to Stop Caring episode. Stop caring about the perfect start and just start. Number 2, the power of intentional yeses. Once your mindset is aligned with expansion, you can apply that new perspective to your commitments. Previously, we talked about the power of saying no and mastering what to let go of. Now, let's apply that same discernment to your yeses. Don't just say yes to every new opportunity that comes along. Ask yourself, does this new adventure genuinely excite me? Does it align with my core values and long-term goals? Does it nourish me or will it drain me? Does it leverage the time and energy I freed up by being more intentional with my consumption and commitments? This is about being strategic with your energy and actively choosing what you want to make space for. Number 3, strategic delegation and automation beyond work. Once you've decided, look for ways to make it happen. I think we often think of delegation in a professional context, but it's gold for busy moms and ambitious women in our personal lives too. At home, can your partner take on more specific tasks? Can your older kids help more? Are there small services that you can outsource that bring immense mental relief? Grocery delivery, a cleaner once a month, laundry service, or even just hiring a neighborhood teenager for an hour to tidy up. Remember our Do I Need That episode? Sometimes you do need that support that frees up your capacity, even if it's a paid service. In your routine, automate bill payments, set up recurring appointments, prep meals on weekends. Every little bit of set it and forget it frees up mental space once you've committed to a new path. For example, when I cook something, I try to cook a double batch so that I can freeze one for later. And let me tell you, that meal comes in clutch when a meeting is running late or I don't have time to grab something before that tennis class I just signed up for. You will make it work because now you want to make it work. At first, it may feel challenging for everyone to fill their new roles and tasks, but after that weird adjustment period, you'll wonder why you didn't do this sooner. Number 4, the power of micro expansions. There's a misconception that you need so much time, but you don't actually need a massive block of time for personal development or skill development. In fact, many successful women grow through consistent micro expansions. For example, listen to a podcast on a new skill while doing chores around the house. Read one page of a personal development book before bed. Dedicate 10 minutes to a creative pursuit instead of scrolling. Don't discount the small moments. These small, consistent actions compound over time, building confidence and actual capacity without feeling overwhelming. Just picture this. Jane eats one bag of chips every day for 20 years, whereas Sarah walks 1 mile every day for 20 years. It doesn't sound like much, but after 20 years of consistently doing it, you bet it will have very different outcomes. Number 5, fuel your foundation. Energy management is capacity management. So once you've decided to expand, you're going to need the energy to sustain it. You can't pour from an empty cup. This isn't just a cliche. Your capacity for growth depends on your foundational well-being. Health is wealth. So this is about sustainable growth and avoiding burnout. So sleep, prioritize it. It's a non-negotiable. Nutrition, fuel your body and brain with the good stuff. Movement, even a 15-minute walk can clear your head and boost energy. Mindfulness and rest, give your brain a break. Active rest like reading or passive rest just like sitting is crucial for mental and emotional capacity. Choose your peace and well-being over constantly pushing yourself to the limits. Ladies, you know that you are already driven, capable, and brilliant. You've mastered making intentional choices and letting go of what doesn't serve you. Now, let's harness that power to intentionally build capacity for what truly lights you up. It starts with that decision, that mental commitment. Once you decide, the path often reveals itself. This isn't just about doing more, it's about smart growth and effective time management for the ambitious woman. It's about consciously choosing to expand your capacity, embrace new opportunities, and grow into the woman you truly want to be, making space for the adventures that bring you joy, purpose, and deeper fulfillment. It's about knowing your limits, but also challenging them in a healthy, sustainable way. So this week, I want you to pick one area where you want to expand your capacity or one new adventure you want to say yes to. And then make the decision. Commit to it in your brain and then ask yourself, how can I take just one small intentional step towards that this week? If this episode resonated with you, if it sparked an idea for your next growth spurt, please hit that subscribe button, leave a review, and share with a girlfriend who you know needs to hear this message, because together we can redefine what it really means to thrive, to grow, and to embrace every exciting possibility that comes our way. Until next time, keep living intentionally and keep making room for what truly matters. I'll talk to you guys later.